Alrighty, check 1 2, check 1 2.
Check 1 2, check 1 2.
Can you hear me at all? Okay, cool. We're coming to you live from the McPherson Academic and Athletic Complex here on the beautiful campus of the University of Mount Union here in Alliance, Ohio. It's day one of the NCAA tournament here on the men's basketball live stream. We are glad to have it here at the University of Mount Union for the first round and second round action this weekend, as our first game here today is the 21st ranked Williams College Eafs playing host to the Newman University Knights. My name is Jacob Attar. Alongside me is, as always, the great Davis Roby. And Davis, we got a great game in store here this afternoon as Williams College comes into today ranked 21st in the nation, while Newman University, they're not nationally ranked in the D3Hoops.com poll, but they are the Atlantic East champions. They're coming off a win in the championship game, 61-59 over Marymount University. They were able to get that automatic bid due to winning the Atlantic East Conference. But who are you really looking out for here tonight, Davis, for Newman University?
Yeah, for Newman University, the Knights, we're going to be looking at Jalen Vaughns, who's currently leading their team in scoring with just over 22 points a game, but also leads the team in rebounds with just under 10 rebounds per game with 9.8. But in their last game out against Marymount University in that Atlantic East Championship game, Jalen Vaughns hit the go-ahead basket with 3.8 seconds left to win the game. Vaughns led the way with 23 points as Tony James led the way with 16 points and 8 rebounds as TJ Lewis added 11 points. But overall, they outscored Marymount 37-26 in the second half. So definitely used a late second half push to get that championship win against Marymount. We'll see if they can continue that with this game today.
Yeah, that second half push was indeed the deciding factor, really, for Newman to get that automatic qualifying bid. Once again, out of the Atlantic East Conference. They're from around Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, near there. So they made the long trek out here to Mount Union, and they definitely want to come away with a victory here today in the first round. Keep an eye out, like Davis said, on Jalen Vaughns. He's one of the best players in the country, listed at 6'7", averaging those 22 points per game and 9 rebounds per game. And taking a look at Williams College, they come in after the last D3Hoops.com poll, ranked 21st in the nation. They are hailing from Williamstown, Massachusetts. They were the runner-ups of the New England Small College Athletics Conference, and in that tournament game, in the championship, they also lost a close one to Wesleyan University, who got the automatic qualifier from that conference, 78-75. So therefore, Williams College comes into today as an at-large bid. But Davis, who can we look out for here this afternoon from Williams College?
For Williams College, the Neefs, we've got Nate Karen, who's averaged just over 14 points per game for the Eafs, as well as averaging 6.4 rebounds for the team as well, which also leads Williams College. But in their last game out against Wesleyan University in that championship game, Nate Karen led the way with 19 points as Cole Prowett-Smith added 15. As a team, they scored 50 points in the paint, shot 47% from the floor, and actually out-rebounded Wesleyan 40-32. So just a little bit unlucky right there for Williams College. We'll see if they can rebound from that championship loss here today against Williams College.
Yeah, and we pointed out as soon as we walked in here too, Davis, Williams College has a lot of size on their team right now. Looking at their roster, they have guys listed at 6'11", at 6'7", and Nate Karen, of course, is also at 6'9", and he is really the leader of this whole entire Williams College basketball team. So we'll keep an eye on the size here today. It should be a great game here. First round action of the NCAA tournament. Game 1 today. As game 2, we'll be following it up with the hosts, the Mount Union Purple Raiders, playing host to Stevens College. The Ducks will be taking on the Raiders in the second game here of the first round action. As we're going to be having first round action here today, second round action tomorrow. Winner of this game will play the winner of our game upcoming as well. So we're going to take a short break here on the live stream while the national anthem is played, and then we will be back with starting lineups here for Williams College taking on Newman University. back here on the men's basketball live stream, getting you ready for today's first round matchup between the Newman University Knights and the Williams Eves. First, let's take a look at the starting lineups here this afternoon for Williams. Williams is led by head coach Kevin App, and their starting lineup consists of the sophomore guard from Fairfield, Connecticut, number 3, Cole Prowett-Smith, the sophomore center from Sacramento, California, number 10, Nate Karen, the junior guard from San Francisco, California, number 11, Spencer Spivey, the freshman forward from Canton, New York, number 21, Declan Porter, and lastly, rounding out that starting lineup is the senior forward from Boston, Massachusetts, number 23, Jovan Jones. And now taking a look at the starting lineup for the Newman Knights, they are led by head coach Jim Rullo, who's in his 9th season at the helm for the Knights. Their starting lineup consists of the junior guard from Upper Saddle River, New Jersey, number 2, Ryan Starr, the freshman guard from Parksburg, Pennsylvania, number 12, TJ Lewis, the sophomore forward from Tobiana, Pennsylvania, number 13, Jalen Vaughns, the graduate forward from Glassboro, New Jersey, number 21, KJ Speller, and lastly, the junior forward from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, number 23, Tony James. So this is the round of 64. There's 32 other games in action here today for the NCAA tournament. We will keep you updated all throughout the broadcast here as well. We have confirmation on one final score already. Johns Hopkins defeated Yeshiva earlier today, 63-59 in their first round matchup. And currently right now the only other game going on in the first round of this NCAA tournament, Hood is currently defeating Oswego State by a score of 21-13 with 11:26 to go in the first half. We'll keep you updated throughout all the action here, as it's March here at the MAC, and we love it, as that means it's NCAA tournament time.
Yeah, and there's always something to say about playoff basketball, whether it is professional, but even more. College basketball is one of the best spectaculars in sports that you can see. Obviously, Division I's more highly touted than Division III, but nonetheless, these teams are still clawing for their chance to win a national championship as a team. Still a very distinguished honor, whether you are Division I or Division III. As tip-off is underway, and Newman gets the opening tip-off.
Newman does have that opening tip as Ryan Starr will bring things up to get us started here today, as it's KJ Speller. KJ Speller now gives it off to Tony James. James back to Speller. It's around the perimeter. They go back to Starr. Starr now down low inside will feed Jalen Vaughns. Vaughns goes up for the shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Williams.
Yeah, Vaughns made a very nice quick spin move in the post right there, but Nate Karen did a great job of standing in between him and the basket and challenging that all the way.
As Williams has their first offensive possession here today, Jovan Jones gives it down low inside to a cutting Spencer Spivey, who gets to the rim for 2, and it's an and-one opportunity here for Spivey.
Yeah, beautiful pass from Jones to Spivey, like you said, Jacob Jones, just a backdoor pass, didn't really even look like he knew, or didn't really know if he saw Spivey there, but nonetheless, Spivey put that layup in and up and went that first free throw and good for that and-one opportunity.
Spencer Spivey gets us started here today with the three-point play. It's 3-0 Williams here early on in this one, as now Newman goes the other way with it. Ryan Starr now picks up his dribble, gives that up to Vaughns. Vaughns tries to go up for the shot, but he is met by some nice defense there by Williams. Starr now back with it out on the perimeter. He crosses over, gets into the lane, fires up a floater. It's short into the hands of Jalen Vaughns, though, who gets the first 2 today for Newman.
Yeah, it looked like Starr was going up with the floater, just short, but Vaughns did a great job of cleaning that up.
At the other end, Jovan Jones throws up a quick 3. That's no good. Rebound to Newman, as Starr will bring it up once again here for the Knights. This is now Tony James. James will hand that one off to TJ Lewis. Lewis now hands it off to Starr. A Starr here on the perimeter will take a screen right there from Speller. He drives, kicks it over to Vaughns, who goes up with the spin move. It's no good. Rebound to Newman. Or to Williams, my apologies here, as Spivey will bring it up and takes it coast to coast, puts it in for 2. Spencer Spivey with 5 quick points here. It's 5-2 Williams.
Yeah, a nice layup right there from Spivey. Took it all the way himself, drove into the lane and laid it up right there with the right-handed finger roll.
Lewis will hand it off to Tony James. James now takes a screen from Speller, kicks it back out to Lewis. Lewis now behind the back move will give that up to Ryan Starr. Starr now down low inside to Speller. Speller goes to work, puts the defender on the ground and goes up strong for the layup. It's 5-4 Williams.
Yeah, KJ Speller just looking like the bigger man in that situation, knocking down Javon Jones, like you had mentioned, Jacob, to the ground and put it up for the tough bucket for Newman.
As now at the other end, Nate Karen has it on the perimeter. He hands it off to Declan Porter. Porter now over to Jones. Jones fires up a three from the corner. That one's good. Javon Jones makes it 8-4 here, Williams.
And nice answer right there from Javon Jones. KJ Speller not on him all the way. Took that corner three and bunked it in for Williams.
TJ Lewis now has it on the perimeter. He gives it up to Ryan Starr. As Starr takes it over at the Mount Union logo. He now gives that one up to Speller. Speller back out to Starr. Starr looking where to go with it now as he has 9 on the shot clock to work with. Vaughn's now down low inside in the post. Fakes the shot, puts up the shot, and it's good. Jalen Vaughn's now with 4 points. It's 8-6 Williams.
Yeah, Vaughn's did a great job of not only getting himself a decent position in the post, but also using the left hand to put it up there. Vaughn's right-handed did a nice job of being able to use the other hand to get that basket.
Around the perimeter, the Eafs go as firing up that three right there is Cole Prowett-Smith coming off the pick. He gets the easy three to go. It's 11-6 Eafs here.
Yeah, Nate Carnes using that big body of his to create that screen like you mentioned, Jacob, and Prowett-Smith just pulled up and put it in for three for Williams.
Ryan Starr now at the other end. Tries to cut into this lead here as Newman finds themselves trailing by 5 here in the early going. 16:22 to go here in the first half. Starr takes a screen from Speller, met by a double team. He fires up the mid-range shot that's in and out, no good. Rebound to Prowett-Smith. Prowett-Smith now brings it up, gives it up to Spivey, almost lost possession of the ball. He kicks it over now to a wide-open Jones for three, and Javon Jones gets the three to go. It's 14-6 Eafs.
Yeah, and the mishap on the offensive side of the ball actually turned out very well for the Eafs in that situation. In order to help defense to come in, left Javon Jones wide open again for a corner three as he made it in again for Williams.
At the other end, Jalen Vaughns. We talked about it early in the broadcast. He can score. He's now got 6 points here for Newman as it's 14-8 Eafs. Cole Prowett-Smith now brings it up for Williams as he feeds it down low inside to Spivey. Spivey goes up for the shot. That's no good. And my apologies, that shot was actually attempted by Nate Karen there. Karen's going to miss the shot, get called for the over-the-back foul, and the ball will go back to Newman. And with that, we're going to have our first official timeout here of this one as Williams, in the early goings of this one, 15:28 left to go in the first half, is on top here, 14-8. Davis, what are you liking so far from Williams that's allowed them to get out to this big lead?
Yeah, they've been able to knock down their shots early on in this game, and it's gone pretty well. Devon Jones, 2 for 2 from 3 so far in this game. Huge three-pointers for them, as if he didn't make those, it'd be a tie game right now. So looking good so far for Williams, using the offensive side of the glass to their advantage, using their length to their advantage, and doing everything they can to disrupt Newman on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and that's for sure. As taking a look at the early goings here for Williams, they are shooting 3 for 4 from the three-point line already. They, of course, also have the and one opportunity as well. So that's 12 points right there. So they've been very active so far, shooting the three well. They're also 5 for 7 from the floor currently right now, as Williams has gotten out to this 6-point lead here in the early goings in game 1 here at the MAC. As so far the leading scorer is Javon Jones. Javon Jones has 6 points right now as he leads the way for the Eafs. And so Newman now will inbound the basketball, trailing here by 6. As it'll be Ryan Starr bringing things up now for the Knights. Starr will give that up to TJ Lewis. Lewis takes a screen from Speller, gives it up to Vaughns. Vaughns now back over to Starr, as Starr will pull it back out now for the Knights. Starr now kicks that one over to number 23, Tony James, who fires up the mid-range shot, and that one's good. It's now 14-10 Williams.
Yeah, James did a great job getting that ball, doing a little bit of a dribble move to create space between him and the defender, and just taking that jump shot up and in for Newman.
At the other end, Karen finds a nice backdoor cutting Javon Jones, who gets to the rim for the easy two. Great recognition there by Karen, makes it 16-10 Williams.
Yet again, Javon Jones making his presence in this game, as Karen, like you said, Jacob, did a really nice pass to get Javon Jones open in that post area and for Williams College.
At the other end, Newman misses the quick shot right there from Jalen Vaughns. So now it'll be Williams bringing it back once more as Cole Proud-Smith fires up the three. That one's good. It's the 4th three here in the early goings of this one. It's 19-10 Eafs.
Yeah, just didn't get the defensive rotation around there for Newman College, which left Proud-Smith wide open for that three-pointer and in for Williams.
Ryan Starr feeds Jalen Vaughns down low inside. Nice catch there by Vaughns. He gets to the rim for the easy 2. He's got 8 points now. It's 19-12 Williams.
Yeah, good post move right there from Vaughns. Was able to get that left hand up for that layup.
Proud-Smith gives it up to Karen. Karen now will feed that around the perimeter to Porter, who tried to feed Javon Jones, but it's knocked out of bounds. Ball will remain here with Williams as our first substitutions of the afternoon here for Newman. It will be the senior forward from Newcastle, Delaware, number 24, Justin Smith. And now taking a look at the substitutions here for the Eafs. We have number 1, Alex Stoddard, as out of the timeout though, right there, Spencer Spivey hits the 3, and it makes it 22-12 Williams. We will get to those substitutions here in just a second.
Yeah, beautiful three-pointer right there as, well, excuse me, William, or excuse, go on, Jacob.
As at the other end, Jalen Vaughns grabs the offensive rebound, and he's going to draw the foul here as Jalen Vaughns was really hounded right there by the Williams defender. He heads to the free throw line here for 2, with his team trailing by 10 with 13:34 left to go here in the first half. He's finishing up on those substitutions. Number 12, Brandon Ruffley, also checks in here for Williams College, as does number 5, Brandon Arnold. And lastly, rounding out the substitutions here for Williams is number 31, the freshman from New York, Evan Glatzer. So Vaughns misses that first free throw. Score remains here 22-12. As his second free throw is up. That one's good. It's 22-13. Jalen Vaughns now with 9 points in this one. Glatzer brings it up now for Williams. As Williams is 5 for 6 from the three-point line, 8 for 10 overall to start this one. They're red hot so far. As down low inside, that ball goes inside to Brandon Ruffley, and Ruffley gets the layup to go. It's 24-13 Williams.
Yeah, Ruffley taking that pass, driving, and just putting it high off the glass and in for Williams. Beautiful shot right there.
As Starr feeds Vaughns down low inside at the other end, and Jalen Vaughns continues his hot start here this afternoon. He's got 11 points. It's 24-15 Williams.
Yeah, Vaughns wanting a foul call right there, but didn't get it. Nonetheless, did a great job of putting that ball in for Newman.
Glatzer gives it up to Spivey. Spivey now gets it around the perimeter over to Ruffley. Ruffley now over in the corner to Glatzer, whose 3 is short. Fight for the rebound. They're going to say it was last off Williams, and it will be Newman ball here. As a substitution here, Cole Proud-Smith will return for Williams. As bringing it up now is Ryan Starr. Starr now will give that one up to Justin Smith. Smith over to Vaughns. Vaughns will hand things off to TJ Lewis. He gives it right back to Smith. Around the perimeter they go is Starr now. We'll give it right back to TJ Lewis. Lewis has it up top on the perimeter now. Starr now at the Mount Union logo with around 8 seconds here on the shot clock. He needs to get something going. He fires up a deep 3. That one's no good. Too strong. Rebound to Brandon Arnold.
Beautiful defense right there from Williams, as they just put a lot of pressure right there on Newman College in order to do something in which they couldn't find anywhere to penetrate and get a basket for themselves.
This is now Alex Stoddard. He gives that one up to Arnold. Arnold now gives it up to Ruffley, who fires up a 3. That one's good. And so Brandon Ruffley now with 5 points off the Williams bench. It's 27-15 Williams.
Yeah, great shot right there from Ruffley. Had some defenders right in front of him, but it didn't matter as he sunk that three-pointer up and in for Williams.
Jalen Vaughns now will kick that one on out to Tony James. James now will give it up to TJ Lewis. Lewis now trying to drive baseline. He's cut off though. He gives it up to Justin Smith. Smith's met by a double team, and that double team is going to force a traveling violation. Ball will go back to Williams. We're going to get another officials timeout here with 11:30 to go in the first half. The Williams Eafs are on top right now. The Newman Knights 27-15 here at the MAC. And Davis, this hot start just continues here for Williams. Right now, if you are Newman University, what are you trying to do to stop this offensive attack that we've seen so far from Williams, who is shooting a blistering 10 for 13 out of the gates here?
Yeah, I think what you need to do is just try and interfere as much as you can with the shot. Obviously, with Williams only missing 3 shots in this game, like you had mentioned, 10 for 3. You got to do something in order to just disrupt no matter what you can. I mean, whether that is just running up really quickly to the offensive player and whether you put a hand up or not, I mean, at least having them feel the pressure and the presence of yourself around them, because it just seems like they've gotten a ton of open looks, but they've also made some really tough shots as well. But defensive rotation needs to be a little bit better as well for Newman, as Javon Jones really just found himself wide open on that backdoor cut and the 2 3-pointers he's made in this game as well. So definitely need to be better on the defensive side of the ball. Need to put a lot more pressure there on Williams College.
Yeah, that's for sure. As Williams College has come out of the gates 10 for 13 from the floor, 6 for 8 from downtown. They've already hit 6 3-pointers in this one. And meanwhile for Newman, they're not shooting the ball badly themselves as well. 7 for 14 so far in this one. But you have to start at the defensive end if you want to make a comeback if you're the Newman Knights. Out of the timeout now, it is Williams with possession here. Glatzer will give that up to Braden Ruffley. Ruffley now going to work in the post, goes up for the shot. That's no good. Rebound into the hands of Ryan Starr. Starr brings it up now. He will give that one on up to Tony James. James goes up for the shot, gets it to go, but he's going to be called for the charging foul here. Cole Prowett-Smith draws it. The ball will go back to Williams.
Yeah, and Prowett-Smith read that all the way, as how you mentioned, Tony James got the ball in the paint, but Prowett-Smith already looking like he wanted to draw the charge, set his feet, did draw it, as Williams College has the ball on the other side of the court.
Prowett-Smith now has it. He gives it up to Javon Jones, who just re-entered the game here for Williams, along with Nate Karen, who has it on the perimeter now as well. Karen picks up his dribble and will hand it off to Declan Porter, who also checked back in here for Williams. Now Karen, cross-court pass over to Glatzer. Glatzer now working with 5 seconds on the shot clock, drives baseline, gives it to Porter, who fires up a 3. That's no good. Rebound to KJ Speller. Ryan Starr brings it up now for the Newman Knights. Need to get something going in this one, trailing by 12 here. Speller now will give that one on up to Tony James. James back over to Speller, who finds TJ Lewis. Lewis now takes a screen from Speller. He's guarded closely by Prowett-Smith, hands it off to Ryan Starr. Starr now over to Vaughns with 6 on the shot clock. Vaughns tries to drive, kicks it back out to TJ Lewis. 2 on the shot clock. Lewis's layup is no good. Rebound by Williams. Prowett-Smith now brings it up. He takes a screen from Nate Karen, fires up a mid-range shot from the elbow. That one's good. Cole Prowett-Smith makes it 29-15 Eafs.
Yeah, Prowett-Smith just finding that tiny bit of room he needed in order to get his jump shot off. Shot that right up the free throw line and in for Williams College.
As now at the other end, Newman turns it over into the hands of Declan Porter. Nice recognition there by Porter to come away with the steal. He tries to drive coast to coast, but he's going to draw the foul in the process. And so that foul will be on Newman. It'll be their 3rd team foul of the half here. And that foul is going to be assessed as well to TJ Lewis, as we have a timeout here for Newman. And this one now, it's 29-15 in favor of the Williams Eafs. And taking a look at some score updates from around the rest of the NCAA tournament here today. Oswego State and Hood, they're in a good one right now with 3:13 left to go in the first half in that one. Oswego State currently trailing 28-29 to Hood. And taking a look at some other score updates as well. UMass Dartmouth is on top right, is trailing now, my apologies, to Emerson 8-6. That game just kicked off, 15:53 to go in the first half. And that one, like how I mentioned, one game has already went final. Johns Hopkins over Yeshiva earlier today, 63-59. As currently in our region of the bracket, this is the only game that is going on towards the bottom left quadrant of the NCAA tournament bracket here. Mount Union and Stevens will follow this one. We will be on the call for that game as well. As we resume action here, Javon Jones now will give it up out of the timeout to Nate Karen, who pump fakes and goes up strong for the layup and gets it to go for the Eafs.
Yeah, Karen, great job of getting that ball in, and strong finishing from Karen, as well as Javon Jones made a great pass right there to him.
As Speller now will give that one on up to TJ Lewis. Lewis back to Speller, who gives that one up to Lewis Robinson. Robinson just checked in here for Newman out of the timeout. Robinson has it in the corner now as he will kick that one over to Tony James. James now cross court over to Lewis. Lewis goes up strong for the layup. Nice hesitation there. Gets to the rim for 2.
Yeah, just found a way to get inside right there. TJ Lewis did. Shifty, and was able to make the athletic play to put in that layup.
Nate Karen now in the post, gives it up to Cole Prout-Smith. Prout-Smith now drives baseline, goes up for the layup. That one's good, draws the blocking foul as well. Cole Prout-Smith has a chance now for an and-one opportunity for the Eves.
Yeah, Prout-Smith playing pretty well right here for Williams College as he's up to 10 points, trailing Jalen Vaughns for the game-high lead in scoring. Doing a great job. If he can make this free throw right here, will tie Jalen Vaughns, but has made some very nice three-pointers, and as well as that beautiful play as Nate Karen did a great job of getting the rebound off of the miss from Prout-Smith and putting it in for Williams College.
Yeah, the missed free throw right there. Nate Karen, though, with great recognition, he gets the putback to go. It's now 35-17. Williams has doubled up Newman here in tonight's first-round action. As now driving at the other end are the Knights, as down low inside. A nice backdoor cut right there by KJ Speller. He gets to the rim for 2.
Yeah, Tony James drew the defense right there to the baseline, which left Speller wide open for a nice little floater in for Newman College.
Prout-Smith gives it up to Karen at the other end now. Karen will give that up to Porter. Porter fires up a mid-range shot, gets the friendly bounce off the rim to go, and Declan Porter makes it 37-19 Eves.
Yeah, just a nice give and go right there from Declan Porter. Got it at the free throw line and just took that jump shot. Like you said, Jacob, very friendly bounce as it goes in for Williams College.
TJ Lewis now drives here for Newman. He will give that one on up to Tony James. James now gives it up to Robinson. Robinson now back over to James. James down low inside to Speller. Speller looking to go to work, but he's met by a triple team. Kicks it out to Lewis. Lewis crosses over, fires up the contested mid-range. It's no good. Rebound to the Eves. As bringing it up now is Spivey, and Spencer Spivey gives that up to Nate Karen. Karen now cross court over to Cole Prout-Smith, who fires up a contested 3. That's no good. Rebound into the hands of TJ Lewis. Lewis now slows things down here for Newman. Find themselves trailing here 37-19 as his pass, though, is stolen away right there by Nate Karen. Karen at the other end gives it up to Spivey on the fast break. Spencer Spivey gives Williams a 20-point lead here. Robinson now down low inside to Speller, almost stolen there by Jones. Speller now down low inside to Jalen Vaughns, and Vaughns goes up for the layup, but he is fouled. So Jalen Vaughns is going to head to the free throw line here, with Williams currently on top of this one, 39-19. That foul was on Nate Karen. It's going to be his second personal foul of the half, as we have an officials timeout here at the max. 6:50 to go here in the first half. The Williams East on top of the Newman Knights by a score of 39-19.
Yeah, Nate Karen did a great job of just putting his hand out there, sticking it out, disrupting the ball, and intercepting that pass, and dishing it to Spivey, like you said, Jacob, and with a beautiful layup. And like you said, takes time out. We'll see what happens. Newman definitely needs to get something going on offense and on the defensive side of the ball as well, as Newman is still shooting over 70% from the floor. 16 for 22, so definitely need to keep making some disruptions for Williams College, but they're just on fire. It doesn't even matter what you do. I mean, 6 for 10 from 3, very impressive showing from the Williams College Eves.
Yeah, Williams so far, like how Davis mentioned, they're 16 for 22 from the floor right now, good for 72%, also 6 for 10 from the three-point line. Meanwhile, if you're Newman, you have not hit a 3 yet in this one. They've only attempted 1 3-ball in this game, and Newman is currently still shooting 50%, so it's not like they're getting too many bad looks at the offensive end. They just simply can't stop Williams here today. As taking a look at the leaders here for Williams so far in this one, Spencer Spivey has 10 points, while Cole Prout-Smith also has 10 points. Jalen Vaughns, though, has the game high for Newman. He has 11 points here in this one. As some substitutions out of the timeout here for Williams, as it'll be number 12, Brandon Ruffley returning, as will number 5, Brandon Arnold, number 1, Alex Stoddard, and lastly, number 31, Evan Glatzer. as Jalen Vaughns gets his first free throw to go right there. It's now 39-20 Williams in this one. As second free throw's up, that one's short, and the rebound will go into the hands of Spivey. Spivey now gives it up to Glatzer as he brings things up now for Williams. As now Arnold gives it up to Stoddard. Stoddard now into the corner, gives it up to Ruffley. Ruffley now drives, finds a wide open Evan Glatzer who fires up the three. That's short, but the tip is no good there as well from Alex Stoddard. Rebound will go to Newman. Starr now gives that up to TJ Lewis, gives it right back to Starr. As Lewis now will give that up to Vaughns. Vaughns looks to drive, goes up for the layup. They're going to say no continuation here. The foul will be on the floor, and we'll see who they get the foul on theirs. That's going to be the fourth team foul. They're going to call that foul as well on number 5, Brandon Arnold. His first personal, team's fourth of the half. Inbound here to Jalen Vaughns. Vaughns looks to go to work in the post. He swings that one out to Tony James, and James gets his mid-range to go. He's got 4 points in this one. It's 39-22.
Yeah, beautiful shot right there from James. Just received the ball, saw that no one was on him, just rose up and took that jump shot like you said, Jacob, and in for Newman.
He's at the other end. Glatzer fires up the open three. That's no good. And right here, Alex Stoddard goes up for the rebound. That's going to be an over-the-back foul. It's going to be Stoddard's first personal foul. 15 foul to half now for the Eefs. So 5:56 left to go in the first half in this one. It's 39-22 right now in favor of Williams as Ryan Starr brings things up now for Newman. Gives it up to Justin Smith. Smith now picks up his dribble and puts it right back on the floor. It's a double dribble violation there, and the ball will go right back to Williams.
Yeah, just kind of a brain fart right there from the senior. Obviously, we knew he picked up his dribble, but thought he didn't, as he did take another one, which was the result of that turnover, like you said, Jacob.
Cole Prout-Smith returns here for Williams. As for Newman, KJ Speller will return. As now it's Stoddard. He gives that up to Arnold. Arnold now fakes the handoff, gives it up to Stoddard now. As Stoddard gives it up to Prout-Smith. Prout-Smith will take a screen from Arnold, swing it back over to Stoddard, who fires up the open three. That one's good. Makes it 42-22 Eefs here. As at the other end now, that will be number 23, Tony James. He hands it off to Ryan Starr. Starr now, and guarded closely here, will give that up to Vaughns. Vaughns now looking to go to work in the post. He's going to draw the foul once more. They're going to say it was once again on the floor, though. It's going to be the 16th foul of the half now for Williams as Jalen Vaughns draws yet another foul here. And that foul will also be called on number 5, Brandon Arnold. Arnold will get called for his second personal foul here of the half. As off the inbounds, just a miscommunication there. Spivey, or my apologies, that's Brandon Ruffley coming up with the steal, but his foot was out of bounds. So right there, Newman dodges a bullet. They will maintain possession now, inbounding the ball right in front of that Williams bench. TJ Lewis will inbound it here as the referees have a conversation with the scorer's table. And that is just to get time back on the shot clock here. There's 19 seconds on the shot clock as Ryan Starr now has it at the Mount Union logo. 5 minutes left to go in the half now. As Starr gives that up to Speller. Speller now will give that up to James. James down low inside to Vaughns. Vaughns goes up for the shot. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. They're going to say it was last off the Eefs, and the ball will remain here with Newman. So Tony James will inbound it now for the Knights. He gives it up to Speller. Hands it right back off to James, who fires up the mid-range shot. That's no good. Fight for the rebound. Just a miscommunication there. Two guys going for the ball at the same time. And it will remain Newman ball once more.
Yeah, and if you're Newman, you've got many chances to score a basket on this possession right here. Need to capitalize off of it.
It's the inbound here to KJ Speller. Speller will give that up to TJ Lewis, who gives it up to Ryan Starr. Starr now on the perimeter will kick that one on out to Tony James. James's mid-range shot is once more no good. Rebound into the hands of Williams. Cole Prout-Smith now gives it up to a wide open Brandon Arnold. Nobody around Brandon Arnold. He goes up for the layup uncontested, makes it 44-22 Eefs.
And yet again, the defensive rotation for Newman has been costing them points, as you said, Jacob. Wide open for Brandon Arnold in the post.
Jalen Vaughns now goes up for his shot, takes some hard contact, but can't get the shot to go. Rebound into the hands of Prout-Smith. Prout-Smith now gives it up to Ruffley. Ruffley, extra pass over to Arnold. And right there, they're going to say it's a blocking foul on KJ Speller. We'll see if they award free throws here to Brandon Arnold. They will not. They will say that it was just on the floor right there before that Arnold shot. So Speller's going to get called for the foul. It's going to be his second personal, 15th foul of the half. And it'll be inbound from underneath the basket here for the Eafs. As the inbound here to Spivey, but they're going to call an offensive foul here on Brandon Arnold. They're going to say it's an illegal screen right there. Arnold's going to get called for his third personal foul now. He's most certainly going to take a seat here, as we're going to see Daniel Kaczmarek for the first time here this afternoon. As 4:03 left to go in the half here, Williams has doubled up Newman in this first round matchup, 44-22. The inbound here, Ryan Starr will bring things up for the Knights. Need to get something going here. Still shooting 43% from the floor. Very respectable, but they can't get it done on the defensive end so far in this one. As the layup right there by number 12, TJ Lewis, is no good. But the putback's good right there for Newman. Makes it 44-24, courtesy of the Jalen Vaughn's putback.
Yeah, and even though Newman is not doing too well in this game, Jalen Vaughn's doing a great job, is still contributing and trying to put up as many points as he can for his team to try and get a win here.
Stoddard feeds it down low to Kaczmarek. He can't get his shot to go. Rebound into the hands of Starr. Starr will bring things up now for the Knights as they try to cut into this lead just a little bit more. Here's TJ Lewis now. Looks to drive, goes baseline, goes up for the layup. It's no good. Rebound into the hands of Spencer Spivey. Spivey now will give it up to Stoddard. Stoddard fires up the three. That one's good. Transition three right there for Alex Stoddard. Makes it 47-24. We're going to get a timeout here on the floor, I do believe, as there's 3:08 left to go here in this first half. Williams still rolling in this one on top now, 47-24.
Yeah, Williams still shooting an astounding 65% from the floor, as well as 57% from three-point land. So doing a great job of knocking down their shots when they really need it. And I think a very glaring point right here is Williams does not have any turnovers in this game so far. Very well from the Williams College Eafs, as they've been taking care of the ball. But not only that, when they get the turnovers, they've been converting, as well as they have 11 fast break points. So doing a good job of finding the open guy in transition and being able to knock down that shot. So overall, great performance right here from Williams College Eafs, and I don't really see anything changing.
Yeah, it's important to note that Williams College came into today's NCAA tournament first round matchup shooting 39% from the three-point line. Very respectable, very high efficiency in that regard. So they're a great three-point shooting team. They don't really turn the ball over too much either. 13 turnovers per game, very respectable as well. And then taking a look too at Newman right now, they have yet to hit a three-pointer in this one, 0 for 1. But that's very much how this team is built as well. They only shoot 29% from the three-point line and get the majority of their points in the paint. But so far today, Williams has done a great job of shutting them down. As Ryan Starr out of the timeout brings things up here for Newman. As Starr now looks to drive, he will give that one up to Tony James. James back out to Starr, who fires up the three, and that's that first three-pointer right on cue right there from Ryan Starr. It's 47-27.
Yeah, and took a deep three as well. Needed to create some offense for Newman. May need to start going to that three-pointer that they haven't been shooting too well throughout this year to come back in this game.
It's Javon Jones, fresh off the bench, drives, goes up for the layup that's in and out, no good. Rebound into the hands of Ryan Starr. As Jones checked in at that last timeout, as did DeClam Porter, Evan Glatzer, and Nate Karen. As a drive here by Starr, he picks up his dribble, looks where to go with it, and gives it up to James. And they're going to call Starr here with the 5-second violation. As he picked up the dribble, couldn't really get it to anybody. And so it's a turnover once more, the sixth here of this first half for Newman, as Spencer Spivey checks back in here for Williams College.
Yeah, and if you're Newman, you got to start thinking about maybe putting on a press right here against Williams College to try and create some kind of pressure always in their face.
As Prout Smith now down low inside to Karen. Karen looking to go to work on Vaughns. Goes up for the shot that's no good. Nice defense by Vaughns there. Forces the miss. As KJ Speller hands it off now to Ryan Starr. Starr now over to Jalen Vaughns. Vaughns with a nice spin move will kick that one on out to TJ Lewis, who gets his mid-range shot to go. It's 47-29 Eves.
Yeah, beautiful pass right there from Vaughns. Gives it to Lewis, like you said. Just uses the baseline jumper to knock it in for Newman.
Nate Karen now goes to work, draws a double team, gives it up to a backdoor cutting Spencer Spivey, who gets the reverse layup to go. He draws the foul as well. It's an and one opportunity now for Spencer Spivey. It's 49-29 Williams.
Yeah, just took that pass and took it up for Williams College. Spivey doing a great job of maneuvering his body in order to get that shot off. Let's see if he can create or make this and one opportunity.
As Daniel Kickmerrick will check back in here for Williams. Minute 36 to go in this first half. This is all Williams so far in this one. They've reached the 50-point mark now. It's 50-29 in favor of the Eves. As a substitution here for Newman, as Lewis Robinson returns here for the Knights. As Ryan Starr brings it up once more now for Newman. Starr will take a screen from Speller, and he'll take a double screen actually from Vaughns as well. Now picks up his dribble, gives that one on up to TJ Lewis. Lewis now over to Speller. Speller right back to Lewis. They move the ball around the perimeter. Starr has it now as he gives it up to Jalen Vaughns, who has a nice up and under move right there. Gets past the defender. Jalen Vaughns now has 16 points. It's 50-31. Cole Prowett-Smith now will give that up to Javon Jones. Jones now over to Spivey, and Spivey's going to call a timeout here. As with a minute 3 left to go in this first half, Williams is going to call the timeout. They're on top by 19 here. In today's first round matchup, the first matchup of 2, as the Stevens Ducks will be taking on the host, the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Later today, after this one, that's a set for a 5:50 tip-off. Davis and I will be on the call for that one as well. As while we have a moment, let's take a look at some score updates from around the NCAA tournament. At the half, Oswego State currently leading Hood by a score of 34-27 in that one. And UMass Dartmouth is right now trailing to Emerson by a score of 35-17 with 8:07 left to go in the first half. And just getting underway, Penn State, Harrisburg, and St. Joseph's, Connecticut. They're just getting underway in that one. About 3 minutes into that game, Penn State, Harrisburg is on top 2-0 in that game. Resuming action here as Porter will inbound it to Prowett-Smith. Prowett-Smith now over to Javon Jones. Jones gives it up to Karen now, as Karen looks to get things set here for Williams. He hands it off to Spivey, who gives it right back to Karen. Karen now, the great pass over to Porter, who fires up the 3. That's in and out, no good. Rebound to Newman. 42 seconds left to go here in the half. Ryan Starr now takes a screen from Vaughns, gives it right up to Jalen Vaughns, who goes to work in the post now. Vaughns now puts up his hook shot. That one's good. He's got 18 points now. It's 50-33 Eves.
Yeah, very impressive showing right here from Jalen Vaughns. Like you said, Jacob, beautiful hook shot just to put that in for Newman.
Prowett-Smith will give it up to Spencer Spivey, as Williams will likely take the final shot here. It's Prowett-Smith back with it once more at the Mount Union logo. There's 9 seconds left to go in the half, as he will give that up to Spivey. Spivey now, extra pass over to Javon Jones, who fires up the corner 3. That's no good. Rebound into the hands of Speller, and that's how the first half will end here at the MAC, as Newman currently trailing in this one by a score of 50-33 to the Williams Eves. And Davis, what were your overall impressions, your overall thoughts on that first half for both teams?
Yeah, Williams just caught fire in this first half, finishing the half 58% shooting from the field and 50% from 3. Wonderful, as Newman College definitely needs to get something going for themselves and needs to put a lot more defensive pressure on Williams College. Needs to come out with the press here and try and figure out something to do and just get better on the defensive side of the ball, as they're trailing by 17 going into this second half, or going into the halftime, I should say. So definitely some adjustments needed for Newman, but for Williams College, I would just tell them to keep doing what they're doing, because obviously it's working.
Yeah, Williams really just caught fire all throughout that first half. Like how Davis mentioned, 50% from the three-point line, 8 threes in that first half as compared to just 1 3 for Newman, as right now, taking a look at the scoring leaders for both squads, Jalen Vaughns came into today's game averaging over 22 points per game for Newman. He's been very good here today for the Knights. He has 18 points. That's good for a game high. Meanwhile, Spencer Spivey has 13 points for Williams, while Cole Prout-Smith has 10 points for the Eafs, as the Eafs currently leading in this one by a score of 50-33. We'll take a short break here for halftime and be back getting you ready for second half action, as Williams currently leads Newman by a score of 50-33 here on the men's basketball live stream. back here on the live stream, getting you ready for second half action of Game 1 of today's first round NCAA tournament matchup between the Williams Eafs and the Newman University Knights. Is currently right now at the halftime break. The Williams Eafs are on top 50-33. They dominated really the majority of that first half. Jacob Attar alongside me, we have Davis Roby, and Davis, really Williams just came out. Great offensive half for them. Taking a look at the Eafs, what did they do so well, and what does Newman have to do to try to get back into this game?
Yeah, and what Williams has done very well, as we had talked about throughout the broadcast, has been their shooting, and not only their shooting from the field, as they've shot almost 58%, almost 59% from the field, but also 8 for 16 from 3, obviously we all know, 50% overall. So doing a great job of just shooting the ball and creating turnovers, as well as they've made Newman create 7 turnovers. So doing a great job on the defensive side of the ball. And what Newman needs to do, they need to come out very aggressive on the defensive side of the ball, maybe even come out with the full court press, as I had mentioned earlier in the first half of the broadcast. And I think that's what they need to do in order to put some pressure on Williams, maybe create some turnovers, get some points off of them, obviously, and try and come back in this game and just trying to be better and create as much disruption as you possibly can.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. We were talking about it at the halftime break here, and really, Newman they didn't have that bad of an offensive first half themselves. They shot 50% from the floor, but they only hit 1 3-pointer compared to the 8 3-pointers that Williams hit in that first half. And Williams, of course, with 58% shooting from the floor. That's the difference maker in this one, like how you just mentioned. And so really, I'd have to agree with you on that. Newman just needs to come out like nothing to lose. This is do or die here in this situation, and you just need to come out, play very aggressive defense, try to force some misses as well. As another fact that you mentioned at the halftime break as well, Spencer Spivey, for example, he's got a team-high 13 points for Williams. He's 5 for 5 from the floor, so he's red hot right now. A lot of players right now all throughout for this Williams team are very hot. You just need to get a hand in the face, play some aggressive defense. If you're Newman, you might have a shot. We called a game a few weeks ago when Mountain Union played Heidelberg in the OAC tournament. Of course, Heidelberg came back from a big first half deficit, so it's very much possible here, especially in March, as really anything's possible with March Madness.
Yeah, and if you're Williams College, the last thing you want to do is be complacent. I mean, when you do have a big lead like that, I'm glad Jacob mentioned how Mount Union also had just about the same lead against Heidelberg in the OAC tournament. And Heidelberg came back as Mount Union only won by 3 or 4 points. And, you know, starting off flat, especially in a game like this, like you said, Jacob, anything can happen. It's March Madness. It's the NCAA tournament. And you're trying to find your way to win a national championship, so you're going to do whatever it takes to get that bucket, to get that extra point, just to do whatever you can on the defensive side of the ball, too. Get that steal, get that rebound, get that block. Just being better at basketball, not being better at basketball, but just giving your whole effort on the floor, knowing that you did your best, even if your team advances or gets eliminated.
I couldn't agree more. Williams, if they come out not complacent, they should win this game. However, this game is very far from over. It is March. Newman has a strong chance here of coming back still. There's 20 minutes of basketball left to play here, and Williams is going to have the ball to start the half here. Their starting lineup of Cole Prout-Smith, Nate Karen, Spencer Spivey, Declan Porter, and Javon Jones will make up the 5 here for Williams. They have possession now as Spivey gives it up to Karen. Karen now will give that up to Prout-Smith. Prout-Smith now off the pick from Karen, gives it back over to him. Great ball movement here. Spivey fires up a 3 that's in and out, no good. Rebound to Jalen Vaughns.
Yeah, wonderful ball movement right there from Williams. Spivey couldn't knock down the shot right there, as Newman needs to look for something here on the offensive side of the ball.
As Ryan Starr now kicks it over into the corner to TJ Lewis. Lewis now gives it up to Tony James, who gives it back to Starr. Starr now looks to drive. Starr is met by multiple defenders though, but gives it up to a backdoor cutting TJ Lewis. Gets the first 2 points of the half here for Newman.
Yeah, Starr did a great job of drawing the defense in, getting double teamed in the post, which left TJ Lewis all wide open in the paint, open up for that easy layup.
As at the other end, Nate Karen goes up strong in the post, and his hook shot is good. Makes it 52-35 Eafs.
Yeah, Karen showing he's just the bigger man in that situation. Took that hook shot over Jalen Vaughns and in for Williams College.
As now Tony James gives it out to TJ Lewis, who gives it to Ryan Starr. Starr now takes a screen from Jalen Vaughns. Pump fakes, gives it up to Vaughns. Now down low in the post. His shot's no good. Rebound though into the hands of Speller, whose putback's no good. Rebound to Prowett-Smith. So Cole Prowett-Smith now brings it up for Williams. They currently lead by 17 in this one. It's Prowett-Smith with a nice pass back out to Karen. Karen now the extra pass over to Javon Jones. Jones will give that one up to Porter. Porter fires up the three, and he's going to be fouled there on the three-point shot by Tony James. So it's going to be Tony James's fourth personal foul in this one. First team foul of the half, and it's going to send Declan Porter to the line for three.
Yeah, and James not thrilled with the call right there. Didn't think he fouled Porter on that shot, but nonetheless, Porter up at the line for 3 free throws right here, and it's a critical foul right there from James, like you had mentioned, Jacob. 4 fouls, almost only need 1 more to get fouled out of the game, so definitely need to make some better adjustments right there for Tony James.
And so Porter hits the first free throw, misses the second, and Tony James is going to remain in this game with 4 fouls still, with 18-18 left to go in this one. So an interesting decision here by Newman to keep James in. As Porter makes 2 of the 3 free throws right there, it's 54-35 in favor of the Eafs. Porter now with 4 points on the afternoon. As Starr now brings it up, he will give that one on up to KJ Speller. Speller now over to Lewis, right back to Speller, who gives it up to James. James now hands it off to Starr. As Starr looks to drive, goes up for the layup. That's in and out, no good. Rebound to Williams. Prowett-Smith now brings things up. He high steps his way into the lane, gets the layup to go, draws the and-one opportunity here. That foul's going to be on TJ Lewis, and so Prowett-Smith has a chance now for an and-one opportunity.
Yeah, Prowett-Smith taking that himself all the way to the lane, does a great job of maneuvering his body so TJ Lewis can't contest his shot as he went up strong with his left hand and in for the Eafs.
So the Eafs now on top here, 56-35, as Lewis Robinson re-enters the game here for the Knights. As the three-point play is completed right there by Cole Prowett-Smith. It's 57-35. Tony James with those 4 fouls did just take a seat there for Newman. And so TJ Lewis now has it. He will give it out to the newly entered Lewis Robinson. Robinson now over to Speller. Back on over to TJ Lewis. Lewis now over to Vaughns at the top of the key, who gives it up to Starr. Vaughns sets a screen for Starr. Nice pick and roll action as Vaughns gets it in the post. Goes up for the layup. It's no good. Rebound into the hands of Karen. So Spivey now brings it up. He gives it up to Porter. Porter fires up a transition 3. That's no good. Rebound to Jalen Vaughns. Ryan Starr now will bring things up for Newman, trailing in this one by 22 points. As Starr picks up his dribble and gives it up to Jalen Vaughns. Vaughns now over to Lewis. Lewis over to Robinson. Robinson now guarded closely here by Porter. Tried to get the Speller, but it's stolen away by Nate Karen. Karen now gives it up to Cole Prowett-Smith as Prowett-Smith looks to drive. Nice behind the back move. Euro step. Goes up for the layup. A fancy footwork right there. It's Cole Prowett-Smith. Makes it 59-35.
Yeah, great job on the defensive side of the ball from Nate Karen, as he did get that steal and then gave it up to Prowett-Smith, who just took it himself. Beautiful Euro step and up and in for that layup, as Javon Jones gets a nasty block right there on KJ Speller.
Yeah, nasty block right there indeed by Jones. And off that block, though, a pass that's too wide for Cole Prowett-Smith. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the first turnover of the game now for the Williams Eafs, with 16:32 left to go in the second half. So nearly 24 minutes of game action. It's the first turnover for Williams as Newman has it once again. Ryan Starr now picks up his dribble and gives it up to Vaughns. Vaughns now gives it up to Robinson as Robinson gives it up to Speller. And around the perimeter they go to Lewis. TJ Lewis now looking to drive. He's switched off now by Jones. Cross court over to Ryan Starr, who fires up the 3. That's short. Rebound into the hands of Prowett-Smith. Cole Prowett-Smith directs the offense here, gives it up to Porter, who gives it up to Jones. Back now to Porter as Prowett-Smith has it and gives it up to Karen. Nate Karen now looking to drive, kicks it back out to Javon Jones. Jones looks to drive, goes up for the layup. That one's good, largest lead of the afternoon now for Williams at 61-35.
Yeah, Javon Jones got switched over, the smaller defender right there in Ryan Starr. Used his body just to take it up and in for that contested layup for Williams.
So at the other end, Jalen Vons' hook shot is no good. Cole Prout-Smith takes it the other way, gives it up to Spivey, who fires at the wide open three. Williams is just having fun now as Spivey gets the three to go. It's 64-35 Eves.
Yeah, just utter domination right here for the Williams Eves, as it just seems like everything they're putting up is going in.
And we're going to get a timeout here from Newman, as with 15-16 left to go in this one, Williams has their largest lead here of 64-35. As a timeout by Newman, they're going to try to stop the bleeding here just a little bit, as now Newman just shooting 41% from the floor. Poor start to this second half, while Williams picking up right where they left off. They're now up to 61% shooting here for the whole entire game.
Yeah, and I thought Newman was going to make an adjustment by putting on a press against Williams College, but Jim Rulo not doing that, sticking with his guys. But as that lead has gotten bigger and bigger, you got to start to wonder what kind of defensive adjustments they're going to make to even try and make this game at least a little bit competitive for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's for sure. You want to go, if you're going to lose in the first round of the NCAA tournament, you want to know that you left everything on the court there. Right now, Newman, just not a lot of fight, to be completely honest, and not a good sight here for the Newman College, for Newman University Knights as well. Jalen Vons right now is on the bench in considerable pain. Looks like he might have rolled his ankle. The trainers are looking for him. Jalen Vons, of course, has a game-high 18 points in this one, so that would be a big loss for Newman, as he will remain out of the game here, as number 24, Justin Smith, will re-enter now for Newman. So with Vons getting his ankle taped up there, Ryan Starr will inbound it to Lewis Robinson. So Newman needs to get something going in a hurry here. Some substitutions here for Williams as well. Evan Glatzer, Brandon Arnold, Alex Stoddard will all return for the Williams Eves, as will Brandon Ruffley. As Starr now has it on the perimeter. There's 4 seconds on the shot clock. He fires up a contested three. That's an air ball. It's going to be a shot clock violation. The ball will go back to the Eves.
Yeah, and Ryan Starr not very happy right there. Talking to the referee, thinking he should have gotten a foul call on his shot, but the referee just explaining to him exactly what happened, as he saw it for himself too. But nonetheless, just another timeout here on the floor, like you had mentioned, Jacob, and we'll see if Newman comes out with something different on the defensive side of the ball.
14:54 left to go in this one. Newman find themselves trailing right now by a score of 64-35 to the Williams Eves. As Williams comes into today with a 16-4 record overall. Like how we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, they were ranked 21st in the final D3Hoops.com pool of the year, so a very well-respected team around the country. So Williams really showing why they are a nationally ranked team here. Newman, though, came into today 21-7, a very respectable record in their own right. However, it's been all Williams all day here today. And while we have a momentary break in the action, let's take a look at some other score updates from around the NCAA tournament. Taking a look at Oswego State and Hood, there's 8:18 left to go in that one. Oswego State looks as though they might be pulling off an upset on top, 64-48 in that one. UMass Dartmouth is currently trailing Emerson by a score of 43-31 at the halftime break. St. Joseph's in Connecticut currently leading Penn State Harrisburg 24-23 with a minute 55 left to go in the first half in that one. Trinity, Texas on top 21-12 over Whitworth, as Pomona Pitzer is on top 12-9 over Northwestern St. Paul. And lastly, Rochester, New York is on top of Eastern 15-6. As we resume action here, Williams has possession of the ball, as Arnold now with it. He gives up to Stoddard, who fires up a wide open three. That one's good. And Williams with their first 30-point lead of the contest here. They're on top 67-35.
Yet again, Williams just making it look easy beyond the arc, as they're now up to back to 50% shooting. But beautiful layup right there from Lewis Robinson.
Lewis Robinson returns right there with a nice coast-to-coast layup, makes it 67-37 in favor of the Eves. Brandon Arnold now has it on the perimeter, and Arnold will give that one on up to Spivey. Spivey now picks up his dribble, gives it up to Glatzer. Glatzer now into the paint, gives it up to Ruffley. Ruffley now looking to go to work on Robinson, goes up with the shot. It's in and out, no good. Rebound in the hands of Justin Smith. Lewis Robinson brings it up now. He gives it up to Ryan Starr, who fires up a three in transition. It's no good. Rebound. Arnold fights for it and gives it up to Glatzer. So now Spencer Spivey brings it up for Williams. Into the corner, he gives that up to Ruffley, who fires up a three. That's no good. Rebound to Ryan Starr. So it's now TJ Lewis bringing things up here for the Knights. As Lewis has it on the perimeter, takes a screen from Speller. He will hand it off to Ryan Starr. Starr now takes a screen from Speller. Looks to drive, fires up the floater. That's well short, but it's tipped back out into the hands of Speller. Speller now fires a wide open mid-range shot. That one's good, and Speller now has 6 points in this one. It's 67-39 Eafs.
Yeah, Speller doing a great job, not giving up on the play. Gets that tip out for Newman and just takes a few steps in the paint and just puts up that jump shot right there, up and in for Newman.
Arnold has it on the perimeter, fakes the handoff, now hands it off to Stoddard. Stoddard once more hits a three, and Alex Stoddard now has 12 points off that Eaf bench. It's 70-39 Williams.
Yeah, every time Stoddard just plants those feet, I think that ball's going in, and he's been doing a great job of being composed as TJ Lewis gets fouled on that driving layup and puts it in for Newman as he's going to go up to the free throw line for an and-one opportunity.
Yeah, beautiful use of the Euro step right there by TJ Lewis as he gets to the rim. 4-2. We'll have a chance for one more, like how Davis mentioned, an and-one opportunity here now for TJ Lewis as some substitutions for both teams. Cole Prowett-Smith will return for Williams, and returning here with 4 fouls for Newman is number 23, Tony James, and seeing his first action here tonight is Ucha Onebu for Newman as well. As the three-point play is good there for TJ Lewis. It's 70-42. As Ruffley now will give that up to Arnold. Arnold over to Stoddard. Stoddard now will feed Ruffley down low inside. Ruffley looks to go to work, goes up for the shot, can't get it to go, but he draws the foul right there on Justin Smith. That's going to be Smith's first personal foul, 13th foul of the half, as Ruffley heads to the line here for 2.
Yeah, Justin Smith very aggressive right there in the post against Ruffley. Just a little too much of the body use right there from Justin Smith, which was the result of the foul.
So Brandon Ruffley's first free throw is good, makes it 71-42. Ruffley is a freshman here from Dalton, Massachusetts. He attended Salisbury High School for his previous school. So Ruffley looking to extend that lead back out to 30 points here. Second free throw is up. That time it's short. Rebound into the hands of Smith. It's now Onebu bringing it up here for Newman as TJ Lewis now takes a screen, gives it up to Speller, back over to Onebu. Onebu now brings it up at the Mount Union logo as he's guarded here by Glatzer. Now Speller with it on the perimeter. He's looking to direct the offense here. There's 8 seconds on the shot clock as Speller now backs down in the post, kicks it back on out to Lewis, who fires up the three. That's short. Rebound into the hands of Alex Stoddard. Now Cole Prowett-Smith cross court over to Glatzer. Glatzer now feeds Ruffley in the corner, who hesitates, goes up for the layup on the baseline. It's good. It's 73-42 Williams.
Yeah, Ruffley getting the ball and virtually no one around him. Just takes it to the rack, up and easy, no contest as he puts it in for Williams.
Justin Smith hands it off to Onebu. Onebu now looking to go to work. Crosses over and gives it up to Speller. Speller now gives up to a nice backdoor cutting TJ Lewis, who goes up for the shot. It's blocked by Ruffley, though, as Glatzer brings it up now for Williams. Glatzer gives it up to Prowett-Smith. Prowett-Smith now right back to Glatzer. As Glatzer drives, kicks it on out to Ruffley, and we'll see. I believe they're calling a foul here. They are. It'll be a foul on Uche Onebu. So that'll be his first personal, team's fourth. We're going to get an officials timeout here once more as 11:21 left to go in this one. Williams on top, 73-42 here in the first round of today's NCAA tournament. And like how we've mentioned previously here, today's games are being hosted here at the University of Mount Union in Alliance, Ohio. The host will be playing immediately following this one. That's a 5:50 tip-off, as Mount Union will be playing host to the Stevens Ducks in the other first-round matchup here today, as the winner of that Mount Union game will play the winner of this one in the second-round matchup that's set for a 5:50 tip-off tomorrow night here on the live stream. But so far, it's looking like Williams is definitely going to be heading to the second round with just 11 and a half minutes left to go in this one. As Newman trailing here by 31. Williams continues their hot shooting here tonight, shooting 60% overall from the floor, including 50% from the three-point line. Meanwhile, for Newman, they're shooting just 40% now as compared to 16% from the three-point line.
Yeah, and, you know, we had mentioned earlier how Williams did not need to come out very complacent, and they're not doing that. They're coming out guns a-blazing in the game so far with 23 points, and Newman only has 9 in this second half, so doing a great job of not slowing it down and keep putting the foot on the pedal.
As out of the timeout, Cole Prout-Smith now drives, goes up for the shot. It's going to get fouled by Lewis Robinson, who just re-entered the game here for Newman. So Robinson is going to get called for the personal, and Cole Prout-Smith heads to the line here for 2.
Yeah, Prout-Smith having a great game for himself so far. Has 15 points for Williams College and just making a name for himself so far, doing a great job on both sides of the ball.
Prout-Smith's first free throw is up and good. Out of that last timeout as well, Nate Karen, Javon Jones, as well as Spencer Spivey and Declan Porter all return here for Williams. And like how I mentioned, Lewis Robinson returns for Newman, along with seeing his first action tonight is number 22, Jordan Smith. As both free throws good there for Prout. Smith makes it 75-42 in favor of the Eafs. As James will kick that one over to Smith. Smith now over to Robinson. Robinson looks to drive, goes up for the layup. That one's no good. Rebound into the hands of Karen. Javon Jones pushes the pace now. He gives that up to Porter. Porter over to Karen. As Karen fakes the handoff now, gives it up to Prout-Smith, but they're going to call an illegal screen here on Nate Karen. So for Karen, that is going to be a personal foul on him. Second team foul of the half. As a substitution here for Newman, seeing his first action tonight is number 25, DB Kita. Kita is a junior guard from Lansdowne, Pennsylvania. So TJ Lewis brings things up. He will give that up to Kita. Kita now takes a screen from Speller, and will give it right back to TJ Lewis. Lewis now over to James in the corner. Is right back to Lewis. They play a little two-man action here. He now gives it up to Jordan Smith. Smith fires up a three, and fresh off that bench, it's a three for Jordan Smith. He makes it 75-44 here. That's actually going to be a deep two, they say.
Yeah, and that's a good sign right there for Jordan Smith, being able to come right off the bench and being able to contribute for your team.
Spencer Spivey at the other end fires up a three, and on that three, he takes a hard hit from Jordan Smith. So Smith's going to get called for his first personal foul, and Spencer Spivey is going to head to the free throw line here for 3 free throws. It's 16 foul and a half for the Knights. So Spivey now, his first free throw is up and good, makes it 76-44 in favor of the Eafs. Spivey is the junior guard from San Francisco, California. Second free throw is up and good, makes it 77-44 Williams. Spivey now has 18 points, tying Jalen Vaughn's for the game high. And that third free throw is also good. So perfect 3 for 3 from the line for Spencer Spivey. It's 78-44 Eafs. So Lewis will hand that one off to James. James now hands it off on the perimeter to Kita. Kita now switched off by Javon Jones. Will give it right back to James. James takes a screen from Smith and looks to drive baseline. He's able to do so and kicks that one out to TJ Lewis, who fires up a three. That's well short. Into the hands of Spivey, who gives it up to Prout-Smith. And Cole Prout-Smith with the exclamation point on the dunk makes it 80-44 Williams.
Yeah, and by the time this game ends, we might see Williams score 100 points.
Yeah, they're definitely looking like it right now. There's still 9.5 minutes to go in this one, already with 80 points as Speller tries to go inside, and KJ Speller is going to draw the foul here. So he's going to head to the free throw line here for 2 free throws. We'll see who they get the foul. And they're going to get Nate Karen. So Nate Karen's going to pick up his 4th personal foul here. 3rd team foul of the half. KJ Speller heads to the line for 2.
Yeah, Nate Karen, one of the better contributors on this Williams College team, leading the team in points and in rebounds, only has 6 points today, but it doesn't matter when the rest of your team's been picking up the slack for you, as Nate Karen comes out of the game for Brandon Arnold. But you have Cole Prout-Smith scoring 19 points. You got Spencer Spivey also scoring 19 points, and you also have Javon Jones with 10. So Karen, not too much of a factor today, but doesn't need to. Like I said, teams been playing very, very well together.
As KJ Speller splits a pair, and Declan Porter now at the other end fires up a three. That's no good. Gonna let that ball bounce out of bounds, and it'll go right back to Newman, as Justin Smith will re-enter the game here as KJ Speller takes a seat, as it looks as though on that Newman bench as well, Jalen Vaughn's day is over, and quite honestly probably the season as well for Jalen Vaughn's, as unfortunately it looks like that ankle is wrapped up over there. We wish Jalen Vaughn's the best of luck, as shot right there off the screen from Tony James. He gets it to go from the elbow, makes it 80-47 Williams.
Yeah, James took that screen like you said, Jacob, and just took that shot right there by the free throw line, up and in for the Knights.
So Brandon Arnold now tried to dribble that one over to Spencer Spivey, but picked up the dribble, put it right back on the floor. It's a double dribble violation there on Arnold. Ball will go right back to the Knights. So TJ Lewis brings things up now, as he will give that one up to Justin Smith, and he gives it right back to Lewis. Now Kita with it, gives it right back once more to Lewis. Has about 17 seconds on the shot clock, 8:22 on the game clock. Lewis looks to drive, goes up for the shot. It's blocked from behind, but he's going to draw the personal here. Nice take right there by TJ Lewis, as that foul's going to be on Spencer Spivey, his first, team's fourth, and TJ Lewis heads to the line here for two. So TJ Lewis is the freshman guard from Parksburg, Pennsylvania. Lewis has 9 points here tonight, looking to make it 10. First free throw short, so score remains 80-47 in favor of Williams. So Lewis now, his second free throw's up. That one's good. Makes it 80-48 in favor of the Eefs. Cole Prout-Smith will bring it up now for Williams. He gives it up to Arnold. Arnold now hands it off to Declan Porter. Porter over to Jones. Is around the perimeter. They go back to Prout-Smith. Prout-Smith now the extra pass over to Jones. Puts it on the floor. Gives it up to Arnold, who hands things back off to Prout-Smith. It's Prout-Smith now with 10 on the shot clock. Gives it up to Porter. Down low inside now is Arnold. Arnold looking to go to work. Kicks that one on out to Jones. 3 on the shot clock. Jones puts up the baby hook. That one's good. Makes it 82-48 Williams.
Yeah, and Williams College did a great job of not only getting the shot off there with a few seconds left on the shot clock, but also just wasting the time and not turning over the ball.
So now at the other end, Justin Smith has it. He will give that one on up to James. James now over to Kita. Kita puts it on the floor and gives it right back to James. Draws 2 defenders, kicks it back to Kita. Extra pass over to Jordan Smith. Smith just fumbles the ball right there, and it'll be a turnover, and we will get another official's timeout here. 7:21 left to go in this one. It's all Williams right now on top in this one, 82-48. And so now, while we have a break in the action, we'll take a look at some other NCAA tournament first-round games here this afternoon. Oswego State with 3:39 left to go in the second half in their matchup against Hood, currently leading 73-63. Emerson right now with 14:21 left to go in their game, currently leading UMass Dartmouth 57-44 in that one. Penn State Harrisburg on top of St. Joseph's Connecticut 30-26 at the half in that one. 3:17 left to go in the first half as well for Trinity as they face Whitworth. Trinity on top right now 29-21. Northwestern St. Paul with 3:52 left to go in the first half has opened up 34-23 lead over Pomona Pitzer. And Eastern right now currently trailing Rochester, New York 32-17 with 9:34 left to go in the first half in that one. Hope and Wheaton just tipping things off. That one is in this bracket that we are covering here today. Right now, Hope is currently leading Wheaton 11-8 in that one. And lastly, some 2 more score updates as well. 15-14 left to go in the first half. Babson currently on top of DeSales, also by a score of 11-8. And lastly, Stockton right now has opened up a 12-4 lead early on in their game against Wilson. And so some substitutions here for Williams out of the timeout. Evan Glatzer will re-enter the game, as does Alex Stoddard and Brandon Ruffley. Seeing his first action here in the afternoon is number 4, Michael Myers, the senior guard. And Myers, right on cue, has the ball on the perimeter now. Myers picks up his dribble, gives up to Stoddard. Stoddard now over to Arnold. As Braden Arnold puts it on the floor, hands it off to Ruffley. Ruffley's going to draw the foul here, as KJ Speller, who just re-entered the game for Newman, is going to get called for the personal. And Williams is now in a 1-on-1 situation. Brendan Ruffley heads to the free throw line here. So Ruffley's first free throw is up, and that one gets the friendly roll to go. Makes it 83-48 in favor of the Eafs. Ruffley now has 9 points off that Eaf bench. Second free throw is up, and that one's also good. Makes it 84-48 Williams. So TJ Lewis will bring things up now for Newman. As Lewis has it, he will take a screen from Speller, and now another screen from Justin Smith. Now gives that one on up to Kita, as Kita picks up his dribble and will give that up to Speller. Speller now right back over to Lewis, as there's 8 on the shot clock. They need to get a shot up here. Lewis drives, kicks it out to James, who fires up the contested mid-range shot, and that one's good. Tony James makes it 84-50.
Yeah, James didn't waste any time with that shot. Immediately got the pass from TJ Lewis and just took it straight up on the baseline and in for the Knights.
As Arnold now will kick that one out, started right back to Arnold. And Arnold now puts it on the floor, hands it right back off to Alex Stoddard. As now Stoddard picks up his dribble, gives it up to Glatzer. 9 on the shot clock here. Arnold has it now on the perimeter, gives up to Stoddard, who fires up a 3. That one's good. Alex Stoddard continues his hot afternoon. He's got 15 points now, and that makes it 87-50 Williams.
Not only that, Stoddard's a perfect 4 for 4 beyond the three-point line.
As now TJ Lewis drives, gives it up to Tony James. James now out to Speller. Speller down low inside to Justin Smith. He goes up for the shot. He's going to draw the foul here on Evan Glatzer. Glatzer did not agree with the foul call there, but nonetheless, Justin Smith heads to the line here for 2.
Yeah, and I thought Glatzer did a great job on the defensive side of the ball, trying to disrupt that shot from Justin Smith, but it did not matter. Got called for the foul as Justin Smith goes up to the line for 2.
Smith's first free throw is up, and that one's no good. Score remains 87-50 here, as Ryan Moon will enter the game for the first time here for Williams. Alex Stoddard, after his 5 for 5 showing, will take a seat here. KJ Speller is also going to take a seat. He's the graduate student, so he gets an applause here from the Newman faithful. Smith's second free throw is good. It's his collegiate career. It's coming to an end here today as number 35, Brendan McShane, the freshman center from Springfield, Pennsylvania, sees his first action here today. As it's now Michael Myers. Myers will give that one on up around the perimeter to Brandon Arnold. Arnold now puts it on the floor, gives it up to Moon. Moon drives, extra pass out to Ruffley, fires up the open 3, and Brandon Ruffley gets it to go. It's 90-51 Williams.
Yeah, Ruffley got the ball, realized no one was around him, just went up for that three-pointer and banked it in for Williams College.
As at the other end, Moon comes up with the steal, gives it up to Glatzer. Glatzer almost lost it on the fast break, can't get the layup to go, and the rebound there from Tony James.
Yeah, good effort right there from DB Cato. Didn't give up on the play, made that a little bit interesting for Glatzer, and didn't get it in for Williams College.
At the other end, Kita can't get his layup to go. Offensive rebound, though, by Justin Smith. Gets the putback to go, but they're going to say that ball was out of bounds, so the ball will go back to Williams. So after that turnover, we're going to have some substitutions here once more, as number 20, Momo Kortu, see his first action here this afternoon, as Justin Smith, the senior, will take a seat here for Newman. And now some substitutions as well for Williams. It'll be number 15, Dan Lee, seeing his first action here this afternoon. And number 33, Daniel Kakmarek will also return here for Williams. This is now Moon. Moon drives. Tried to get that pass, but it's a little bit too high for Dan Lee to reach. And so it's going to be a turnover here for Williams. Ball right back to Newman.
Yeah, Moon definitely making the right play there. Just like you said, Jacob, not the best pass and a little wide there to Lee.
So TJ Lewis walks things up now for Newman. He will give that one on up to Courtu. Courtu now will give that up to Tony James as James fires up the mid-range shot. That one's good. And so Tony James makes it 90-53 Williams.
Yeah, James getting the ball, doing a few dribble moves, pulled up from the baseline and in for the Knights.
So Moon gives that over to Kakmarek. Kakmarek over to Ruffley, who will give that up to Myers. Myers now back over to Moon as it's now Kakmarek once more on the perimeter. He looks to drive, goes up for the shot. Nice contest right there, forces the miss, and the rebound will go into the hands of McShane. Tony James brings it up now, and he will give that up to Kita. Kita now pulls things out, tries to get this Newman offense set as he takes a screen there from McShane. Swings it on over into the corner to Courtu. Courtu goes up for the shot. He's going to draw the foul with the nice hesitation move. And so Momo Courtu is going to head to the free throw line here as 3:25 left to go in this one. We're going to get our last officials timeout here as this is all Williams in this one. They're going to be advancing to the second round tomorrow. They're on top right now, 90-53 with just 3.5 minutes left to go in this one.
Yeah, and if you're Williams College, kind of just looking to dribble out the rest of the clock here, maybe try and create something for yourself with about 5 seconds left in the shot clock, just to at least get a shot up. But overall, fantastic performance here from the Purple Cows as they finish the game. Well, not finish, but as of right now, shooting 60% from the field, 52% from three-point land. So doing a fantastic job overall of shooting the ball in today's game, as Newman is, as of right now, shooting 42% from the field and only 1 for 7, which is good for 14% from beyond the three-point line. So definitely need to look forward to next season, like we had mentioned, Jacob. Or as you mentioned, this is definitely Newman's last game for the season. Insurmountable comeback right here, being down 37 points with 3 minutes left to play.
Yeah, that's for sure. Just unfortunately today for Newman, just not much going their way, as they really had a good start on the offensive end in that first half. Not really bad. They shot 50% overall, but when you're giving up 60% field goal percentage to Williams, like how Newman has done all day here today, it's going to mean a rough afternoon for your squad. As some substitutions here for both teams, as number 14, Jake Giles, will check in, seeing his first action here this afternoon, as will number 1, Jay Wingard for Newman, as that first free throw is no good from Courtu. And a substitution here as well for Williams, as second free throw is no good. And it will be David Eileen Jr. will be seeing his first action here tonight. He's the 6'11 junior from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So just dribbling out the clock here is Dan Lee. Lee will give that up to Kakmarek. Kakmarek now gives it up to Ryan Moon. Moon down low inside to Eileen. Eileen looking to go to work in the post. Swings it out, extra pass to Kakmarek, who fires up the three. It's no good. Rebound into the hands of Brendan McShane. And so it will be Kita now handing that ball off to Courtu. Courtu now down low inside, feeds McShane, who fires up the hook shot. That one's blocked and into the hands of Williams. Ryan Moon now gives it up to Lee. Lee fires up the transition three. That one's good. And Dan Lee opens up a 40-point lead here. It's now 93-53 Williams.
Yeah, Dan Lee just getting the ball straight from Moon, wasted no time, and pulled that trigger from three and made it in for the Purple Cows.
Kita will give that one on up to Wingard. Wingard now over to McShane. McShane will hand things off once more to Kita. As Kita crosses over, goes up for the shot, and he's going to get fouled. That foul looks like it'll be on number 15, Dan Lee. And so for Lee, that's going to be his first personal, team 7th. And that will send number 25, DB Kita, to the free throw line here for 2.
Yeah, Kita just going up strong right there with the shot up against Dan Lee. Almost made it, but nonetheless put up first free throw is good for Kita, as he still has one more to shoot for Newman.
It's now 93-54 Williams here. As DB Kita looking for his second point on the afternoon. Second free throw's up, and that one's good. It's now 93-55 here in favor of the Eefs. As Dan Lee will bring things up now, walk things up for Williams, as they are just 2 minutes away from a second round appearance in the NCAA tournament. As a nice extra pass right there by Myers. Nice no-look pass right there. Set up Kakmarek for the shot. But before he gets that shot up, he's going to get fouled. And that will send number 33, Daniel Kakmarek, to the free throw line after that foul by DB Kita. So Kakmarek, he's the senior center from St. Louis, Missouri. Puts up his first free throw. That's short and into the hands right there of Jake Giles. As Jay Wingard now brings things up for Newman. As Wingard gives it out to Giles. Giles fires up the three. That's no good. Rebound into the hands of Myers. So Dan Lee now brings it up for Williams. 1:32 left in this one. He gives it up to David Eileen. Eileen now drives down low inside to Kakmarek. Nice extra pass. Makes it 95-55 in favor of the Eefs.
Yeah, Eileen driving into the lane right there. Found a wide open Kakmarek right there in the post. Took it up. Nice and easy layup right there for the Purple Cows.
As Courtois will give that up to Giles. Giles fires up a three. That's no good. Fight for the rebound, though, and it's going to say that it's last off Ryan Moon, so the ball will remain here with Newman. It's a fresh 20 seconds now on the shot clock, a minute 8 on the game clock. And the inbound here will go to McShane. McShane looking to drive baseline. He's cut off, though, by Eileen. Now down low inside. Nice extra pass to Kita, and Kita gets it to go there for the Knights.
Yeah, Kita just shook off his defender right there, and Moon, as McShane found him underneath in the paint, wide open for that easy layup.
Lee now gives it up to Moon, who will give it up to Kakmarek. Back to Lee now, as Lee looks to drive baseline. Now back to Kakmarek as they play a two-man game. Now down low inside to Eileen. With 9 seconds on the shot clock, David Eileen puts up the baby hook. It's no good. Rebound to the Knights. As Courtois now, with just 30 seconds left to go in this one, will give that one on up to McShane. McShane back out to Wingard. Wingard lost it momentarily, but picks it back up. And Wingard now looks to drive, fires up the mid-range shot that's short into the hands of Moon. And Ryan Moon is just going to dribble things out here in today's first matchup of the NCAA tournament here in the first round. All Williams here today as the Eefs are going to win this one by a final score of 95-57 over the Newman Knights. They are going to head to the round of 32 where they will play the winner of our next game, the Mount Union Purple Raiders and the Stevens Ducks. And Davis, what are your overall final thoughts here on this matchup?
Yeah, I think we noticed early on in this game that Williams College was just starting to separate themselves from Newman College, and Williams College finishing the night with 59% shooting from the field, 51% beyond the arc, while Newman finished with 40% in the field and 11% beyond the three-point arc. So definitely two tales of a different shooting performance right there for both teams, which ultimately led to Williams College coming out and prevailing, doing a great job on the defensive side of the ball as well, creating 10 turnovers, blocking three shots, and getting 4 steals as well. So doing a great job on the defensive side of the ball. We'll see if they can keep up both performances on both sides of the ball tomorrow with their matchup between themselves and maybe Mount Union or Stevens College.
Yeah, that's for sure. Just a really great effort today by Williams. Just nothing really went wrong for them. They just took the lead towards the beginning of this one and just let it roll from there. But we also like to take this time to congratulate the Newman University Knights, who of course made the NCAA tournament here after winning their respective conference. They're going to finish their season here with a 21-8 final record, but it's going to be Williams that is going to be advancing to that round of 32 tomorrow. Like how Davis mentioned, they will be playing the winner of the Mount Union Purple Raiders and the Stevens Ducks, which will be on the call. That's set for a 5:50 tip-off here on the men's basketball live stream. Is taking a look at the final score leaders in this one. Jalen Vaughns finished as the leading scorer for the Newman Knights with 18 points, while TJ Lewis and Tony James finished with 10 points each. And as for Williams, they were led by Spencer Spivey, who finished with 19 points, along with Cole Prowett-Smith, who also had 19 points. Alex Stoddard had 15 points on a 5-for-5 shooting night from the three-point line, finishing with those 15 points. And so that's going to do it here for Game 1 of today's doubleheader in the men's basketball NCAA tournament first-round matchup. Like I mentioned, 5:50 tip-off for the Mount Union Purple Raiders and the Stevens Ducks. We will be on the call. We're looking forward to seeing you then. As final score in this one, the Williams Eves defeating the Newman Knights by a score of 95-57 as they advance to the round of 32 tomorrow.